Hi everyone, I'm your host, and welcome to a journey through the Nintendo Switch's finest AAA offerings. The Switch might look small, but don't be fooled. This powerhouse has packed in some of the biggest, boldest games of our time. From fantastical realms brimming with dragons and magic, to gritty, action-packed adventures on Mars and in the Wild West, the Switch's library offers something for everyone. It's a collection of worlds waiting to be explored, each one more epic and immersive than the last. Today, we're diving into 18 of the best AAA titles on the Switch, games that push the limits of handheld gaming, delivering unforgettable experiences wherever you play. Whether you're a fan of intense battles, mind-bending puzzles, or exploring vast open worlds, this lineup will have you reaching for your console. Let's get ready to explore, fight, and conquer, Switch style. Welcome back to Retro Pocket. If you enjoy what you see, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more amazing content. The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. In a breathtaking open world, this kingdom invites players into an epic journey of courage, mystery, and endless exploration. You step into the iconic boots of Link, the courageous hero who must once again face an ancient evil threatening the land. Unlike Breath of the Wild, which gave us a taste of Hyrule's expansive world, Tears of the Kingdom dives deeper into its lore, mythology, and breathtaking environments, soaring high above the clouds and delving far below the earth. Each location, from crumbling ruins to lush forests and mysterious caverns, feels like a character of its own, challenging you to explore every nook and cranny for hidden secrets and rare treasures. The gameplay is a refined blend of combat, puzzle solving, and exploration that keeps you hooked. You're no longer limited to straightforward combat moves. New mechanics like the Ultra Hand allow you to craft and manipulate objects to solve intricate puzzles or build makeshift vehicles. Meanwhile, the Fuse ability lets you combine materials to enhance your weapons or create unique effects, like turning a stick and a rock into a hammer, or combining arrows with elemental items for powerful attacks. This level of creative freedom means no two players experience Hyrule the same way, as each solution is open-ended, encouraging you to experiment with strategies and tactics. The added Zonai powers, artifacts from an ancient race, give Link even more abilities, each with their own unique effects that bring a new level of depth to exploration and combat. The game runs smoothly despite its enormous map and countless interactions, making the most of the Switch's capabilities without missing a beat. From climbing mountains to gliding over fields and battling massive bosses, the frame rate holds up, delivering a surprisingly immersive experience. Fans have noticed that the ancient Zonai ruins bear a striking resemblance to real-life Japanese Shinto shrines, an intentional design choice by developers to ground the game's mythology in real-world influence. It's like a mini homage to Japan's spiritual history, wrapped up in one unforgettable adventure.
Civilized. Maybe you live in a different America than we.
I'm gonna cut you up, piece by piece.
Red Dead Redemption. With grit, guns, and a touch of redemption, this Wild West saga pulls players into a world as raw and ruthless as it gets. This one on Nintendo Switch brings the untamed spirit of the Old West to life, placing you in the rugged boots of John Marston, a former outlaw on a reluctant quest for redemption. The story centers around Marston's mission to hunt down the members of his old gang, a gang that shaped his troubled past and left scars on his conscience. Marston isn't just battling criminals, he's grappling with his own dark legacy, trying to secure a safe future for his family. Set against the harsh landscapes of the American frontier, it's a tale where the line between right and wrong is as blurred as a desert mirage, and Marston's journey feels both personal and epic, drawing you into his conflicts with each mission. Gameplay in Red Dead Redemption is an immersive blend of open-world exploration and intense action sequences. Whether you're tracking outlaws, taming wild horses, or engaging in tense shootouts, every moment feels crafted to pull you deeper into Marston's world. The gunplay is satisfying, with each weapon carrying a hefty weight that makes every shot feel impactful, and the Deadeye mechanic lets you slow down time for pinpoint accuracy, perfect for those classic Western standoffs. The game also brings in elements of role-playing, with choices that impact your character's reputation and interactions with NPCs. From gambling in saloons to chasing down bounties, you're given the freedom to carve your own path, and no two players experience the West in quite the same way. Running this AAA classic on the Switch is impressive, to say the least. Rockstar managed to bring the vast plains, vibrant sunsets, and dusty towns of the Old West onto the handheld with minimal compromises. Sure, the graphics are slightly scaled down, but the immersive atmosphere and storytelling remain intact, making you feel like you're riding through the Wild West on the go. It's a portable marvel that showcases the Switch's capabilities with just enough visual polish and performance to keep you engrossed. While porting Red Dead Redemption to the Switch, Rockstar developers included a few hidden references to other games, including a subtle nod to Grand Theft Auto V in some of the Outlaw Wanted posters, an Easter egg that links the lawless heart of the Old West to the modern-day criminal empire. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. Through a masterfully layered story where Geralt of Rivia, the White Wolf, takes on one of his most daunting quests yet, locating his adoptive daughter Ciri, who's being pursued by the deadly and otherworldly Wild Hunt. This is a story that's more than just monsters and magic. It's about loyalty, fatherhood, and the haunting consequences of choices, an epic adventure drenched in a morally complex world. Alongside his main mission, Geralt takes on a slew of contracts, from hunting down terrifying beasts to investigating local folklore mysteries, each mission feeling as rich and immersive as the central plot. Gameplay in The Witcher 3 is expansive and rewarding, with Geralt employing his arsenal of monster-slaying tools, including 2 iconic swords, steel for humans, silver for monsters, magical abilities known as signs, and a whole alchemical kit of potions and oils. Combat requires strategy, especially when facing off against tougher creatures where you'll need to think about potions, signs, and your approach. Outside combat, The Witcher 3 introduces an endless array of activities, from alchemy and crafting to Gwent, a highly addictive in-game card game that became so popular it spun off into its own title. Each choice you make, whether it's sparing a character or helping a village, has tangible consequences that can change the course of your journey, giving the game massive replay value. The Witcher 3 may not look as sharp as its PS4 or PC counterparts, but it manages to keep the essence of Geralt's world intact. CD Projekt Red managed to optimize this sprawling RPG for the handheld, maintaining impressive performance while sacrificing only minor visual details. The true beauty is the freedom to explore this dark, sprawling world anywhere. Whether you're at home or commuting, you're always moments away from slaying a monster or gambling in Novigrad's back alleys. The Switch version of The Witcher 3 has its own exclusive armor set for Geralt, a cheeky tribute from the developers that lets him don a Nintendo-inspired look. Geralt of Rivia, the monster-slaying legend, just became a Nintendo fan favorite. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. When The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild first launched, it shattered expectations and redefined what an open-world game could be. You play as Link, awaking from a century-long slumber to a ravaged Hyrule, a land besieged by the dark forces of Calamity Ganon. The stakes are massive, but Breath of the Wild isn't just about saving the princess or defeating a big baddie. It's about rediscovering a lost world, one that feels more alive and reactive than anything seen before in the Zelda franchise. Every corner of the map, from the towering peaks of the Hebra Mountains to the mysterious labyrinths hidden across the plains, is packed with secrets, challenges, and stories waiting to be uncovered. The gameplay is where Breath of the Wild truly shines, offering unprecedented freedom in how you approach its open world. You can climb virtually any surface, glide from mountaintops, cook meals with ingredients you forage, and even manipulate physics with runes to solve puzzles creatively. Combat is smooth and versatile, with different weapons providing varied experiences. A rusty sword might break mid-fight, while a well-placed bomb can send enemies flying. The shrine system adds an extra layer, providing bite-sized puzzles scattered across Hyrule that reward players with spirit orbs to upgrade Link's stamina or health. And let's not forget about the Korok seeds, collectibles hidden in the quirkiest places, just waiting to test your observational skills. Playing Breath of the Wild on the Switch is an absolute joy, allowing you to take Hyrule with you wherever you go. It was built with the Switch in mind, so performance is buttery smooth, whether docked or in handheld mode. The attention to detail, like how wind affects plant movement or how rain impacts climbing surfaces, adds layers of realism to the experience. Did you know that many of Hyrule's landscapes in Breath of the Wild were inspired by real locations in Japan, including the famous Aokigahara forest? Nintendo's designers took hiking trips across the country to capture the perfect ambience, bringing the beauty of nature into every pixel.
Or does that outfit help bury your feelings, hiding your true self?
You become what you've always fought against, and I will stop you.
Batman Arkham City. This one brings Gotham's darkest corners to the palm of your hand, making you feel like the ultimate vigilante detective prowling the grim alleys of the city. The story kicks off with Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, being thrown into Arkham City, a sprawling super prison teeming with the criminal underworld's nastiest characters. What makes Arkham City unique isn't just Batman's mission to restore order, but his moral battle as he navigates a twisted cityscape run by villains like the Joker, Two-Face, and the Penguin, each with their own sinister plots. Arkham City itself feels alive, a brooding metropolis that captures the essence of Gotham with every crumbling wall and flickering streetlight, making it the perfect battleground for the Dark Knight's crusade. The free-flow combat system is exhilarating, allowing you to chain punches, kicks, and gadgets into one seamless flow, taking on waves of enemies with that classic Batman flair. Then there's Detective Mode, which turns every confrontation into a puzzle-solving opportunity, allowing you to analyze crime scenes, track clues, and uncover the hidden stories behind Gotham's criminal enterprises. And let's not forget about the gadgets. From the explosive gel to the iconic Batarang, each tool offers a unique way to interact with the environment and handle foes, giving players endless creative ways to approach each scenario. Arkham City holds up impressively on the Nintendo Switch, maintaining smooth performance while delivering the dark, atmospheric visuals that made it a classic. The Switch adaptation captures the gritty textures and detail of Gotham without sacrificing too much on the graphical side. And being able to dive into Gotham's chaotic world on a portable device just adds to the immersive experience, whether you're curled up at home or on the go. Rocksteady, the developers of Arkham City, collaborated closely with DC Comics, resulting in an exclusive comic series that bridges the gap between Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. It's a great read for fans who want to dive even deeper into the lore behind the game.
The journey ahead will reveal what you stand for.
Hogwarts Legacy. Ever dreamed of getting your acceptance letter to Hogwarts? Hogwarts Legacy makes that dream a reality, transporting players into the magical universe of Harry Potter, but with a twist. You're a fifth-year student with a mysterious connection to ancient magic. The game takes place in the 1800s, long before Harry, Hermione, and the gang graced the halls, and it allows players to explore the wizarding world from a fresh, new perspective. The story is filled with intrigue, as your character navigates magical secrets, dark plots, and alliances within Hogwarts and beyond. It's an adventure brimming with spellcasting, potion brewing, and mystical creatures that feels like living out your best wizarding fantasies. Hogwarts Legacy is a treat for Harry Potter fans. You can select your own house, customize your character, and attend classes like potions, defense against the dark arts, and herbology. Combat is a blast too, with spells like Expelliarmus and Incendio making battles feel dynamic and magical. Outside of Hogwarts, there's a massive world to explore, from Hogsmeade to the Forbidden Forest, filled with quests, puzzles, and magical creatures. The game also allows you to tame and ride magical beasts, adding a whole new dimension to exploration and immersion. As you level up, you'll unlock new spells and talents, giving you that classic RPG progression within a uniquely magical setting. Hogwarts Legacy retains its charm, though some graphical downgrades are evident due to the Switch's limitations. Nonetheless, the essence of the Hogwarts experience is intact, and the portability factor makes this one of the most enchanting RPGs you can carry in your bag. In Hogwarts Legacy, the developers included a nod to the Marauders from the Harry Potter series. You can stumble upon several Easter eggs in the game that hint at the mischief and adventures of the young Marauders, adding a nostalgic touch for fans of the original books and movies. Doom Eternal. Strap in, because this game brings the adrenaline-pumping demon-slaying action of the classic series to the Nintendo Switch in a way that defies belief. The story follows the Doomslayer's unending quest to save Earth from the forces of hell, and the stakes are higher than ever as he faces off against legions of demonic foes, from hulking Hell Knights to the relentless Marauders. Doom Eternal doesn't dwell on long cutscenes or intricate lore. It's all about ripping and tearing through wave after wave of enemies in the most brutal, satisfying ways possible. The game does add layers of storytelling through environmental details, hidden lore, and the occasional narrative twist, making you feel like a lone warrior on a cosmic mission against darkness. The gameplay is where Doom Eternal shines. It's intense, fast-paced, and unapologetically chaotic. Armed with an arsenal of weapons that range from shotguns to the iconic BFG, every encounter is a deadly ballet of destruction, demanding quick reflexes, smart weapon choices, and constant movement. The game incorporates platforming elements, with double jumps and grappling hooks, adding a new level of verticality and strategic depth. There's also a resource management aspect where killing enemies in specific ways, using the chainsaw for ammo or a glory kill for health. This keeps the action fresh and challenging, making you constantly think on your feet. Doom Eternal is a technical feat. Despite being a demanding title, it performs impressively on the handheld, delivering a smooth frame rate even during the most chaotic scenes. The visuals might be scaled down, but the intense atmosphere and relentless gameplay remain intact, proving that hell can indeed fit in your pocket. The developers at ID Software embedded a secret room in Doom Eternal's Fortress of Doom, where you can view the Doom Slayer's impressive collection of Easter eggs, including classic Doom game covers and posters. It's a little nostalgic hideaway amid all the carnage.
Godwoken, you have many names. Let's add ship's captain to the list.
They must be stopped.
Divinity, Original Sin 2. Fantasy lovers, prepare for a revolution in storytelling and tactics, as this game shatters expectations for RPGs. Set in the magical realm of Rivellon, you play as a sorcerer, a wielder of source magic that's both revered and feared. The story begins with your character being transported to Fort Joy, a prison for sorcerers as part of a wider purge. But things quickly escalate, leading you on an epic journey filled with ancient powers, divine beings, and countless mysteries. You can choose from 6 unique characters, each with their own backstory, skills, and motivations, or create your own custom avatar. The narrative is rich with moral ambiguity, forcing you to decide whether you want to be a hero, anti-hero, or something in between. Every battle requires careful planning, as you use the environment to your advantage by setting oil puddles ablaze, shocking water to electrocute enemies, or summoning allies with unique abilities. Your decisions carry weight. Teammates have their own goals and can even turn against you based on your choices. Outside of combat, exploration is rewarding, with hidden secrets around every corner and non-linear quests that often have multiple solutions. And the multiplayer mode lets you experience this adventure with friends, adding a new dimension to the story as you work together or against each other to fulfill your goals. The graphics are scaled down slightly, but the game still captures the vibrant world and complex characters that make it a masterpiece. Plus, the cross-save feature allows you to transfer progress from PC to Switch seamlessly, letting you dive into Rivellon whether you're at home or on the go. The developers at Larian Studios added a hidden mini-boss named the Historian that's nearly impossible to find without keen exploration. It's one of the many Easter eggs packed into the game that rewards players who dive deep into Rivellon's lore.
You didn't think that you were the only one. He was the first.
Skyrim, The Elder Scrolls V. Skyrim needs no introduction. Stepping into this game is like entering a living legend, where dragons soar and ancient mysteries lie hidden across snow-capped peaks and dense forests. Set in the frigid, mountainous region of Skyrim, you play as the Dragonborn, a prophesied hero capable of wielding the ancient power of the dragons, Shouts, to take on the looming threat of Alduin, the World Eater. The main quest is a saga of mythic proportions, but it's just the tip of the iceberg. Skyrim's open world is packed with countless side quests, dungeons, guilds, and factions, letting you craft your own story. Whether you're joining the Dark Brotherhood, fighting for the Stormcloaks, or simply hunting dragons for sport, the game lets you shape your journey with unparalleled freedom. The gameplay in Skyrim combines sword and shield combat with powerful spells, stealthy takedowns, and of course, dragon shouts, giving you multiple ways to approach every situation. Leveling up feels organic, as you grow stronger in skills based on your actions rather than a rigid class system. You're encouraged to experiment with different playstyles, from spellcasting to archery to becoming a werewolf or vampire, adding layers of replayability. And don't forget the iconic ability to shout foes off cliffs with unrelenting force or summon lightning storms to clear a battlefield. Every encounter feels customizable, letting you truly play the way you want. Skyrim still brings that sense of awe and wonder, with visuals slightly scaled down but enough detail retained to make Skyrim's frosty landscapes feel alive. The performance is surprisingly smooth, and the portability adds a new level of immersion. You can now take on dragons in handheld mode, making the world of Tamriel feel closer than ever. In honor of Skyrim's legacy, Bethesda added a nod to the game in the Elder Scrolls, Blades, where you can find references to the Dragonborn's exploits. Plus, the Switch version of Skyrim even includes amiibo support for Legend of Zelda gear. Yes, you can actually don Link's tunic and wield the Master Sword in Tamriel. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to smash that like button, and while you're at it, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss out on our latest awesome content.
Bad boy.
Bayonetta 3. With each fierce battle, this one cranks the spectacle up to 11, bringing demonic energy and over-the-top combos that make every fight unforgettable. The story follows Bayonetta as she takes on a new threat, the homunculi, artificial creatures wreaking havoc on reality itself. This time, she's not alone, with new allies like the mysterious Viola and the demon Cheshire. Bayonetta's journey spirals through different dimensions, each brimming with surreal enemies and epic showdowns. The narrative is a whirlwind of supernatural mayhem, plot twists, and of course, Bayonetta's signature charm and wit. Gameplay in Bayonetta 3 is as smooth and over-the-top as ever, with a mix of punchy combos, weapon swaps, and her famous Witch Time mechanic, which slows down time when you dodge at the last moment. The combat feels fluid and rewarding. The game introduces a new feature called Demon Slave, allowing Bayonetta to summon massive demons in battle to deal devastating damage. Each demon has unique moves, adding a strategic layer as you decide when and how to unleash these powerful allies. From giant spider demons to spectral dragons, Bayonetta's arsenal feels limitless, and every encounter is an explosion of color, sound, and spectacle. Bayonetta 3 runs surprisingly well, capturing the game's dazzling visuals and smooth animations with only minor graphical concessions. Whether in handheld or docked mode, the performance holds up, allowing players to enjoy the relentless action on the go without sacrificing quality. Platinum Games included a clever reference to Jean Reno's 1994 film, Leon, the professional through Bayonetta's outfit designs in Bayonetta 3, paying homage to cinema in her stylish, tongue-in-cheek way. Bayonetta herself is all about style, and the nod to cinema classics just adds to her ever-growing charm. Red Faction Guerrilla, Remastered. This next one is a fiery, action-packed entry that brings players to Mars with a literal bang. Set in a Martian colony where miners and workers are oppressed by the Earth Defense Force, EDF, you play as Alec Mason, a resistance fighter ready to turn the tables on his oppressors. The story unfolds in the vast, dusty plains of Mars, as Alec joins the Red Faction, a rebellion determined to overthrow the EDF and reclaim their freedom. What makes the story compelling isn't just the struggle for liberation, but the intense, desperate atmosphere of the Martian landscape, where every battle feels like a fight for survival. Gameplay is where Red Faction truly shines, especially with its Geomod 2.0 engine that allows for destructible environments. You're given a slew of explosive weapons and a sledgehammer, your trusty tool of destruction, to wreak havoc on EDF structures. Want to topple an entire building? Go for it. Blow a hole in the wall for a shortcut? Absolutely. The game encourages creative destruction, and every mission presents new opportunities to tear down, blow up, or bulldoze through the Martian landscape. This freedom of destruction turns every encounter into a playground of chaos, making you feel like a one-person wrecking crew. The open-world design gives you the flexibility to complete missions and objectives at your own pace, allowing for a strategic approach in how you dismantle the EDF's hold on Mars. Re-Mars-tered runs smoothly, with only minor downgrades in visuals to maintain performance. The portable format enhances the thrill, letting you bring Mars's destruction wherever you go. The open-world aspect holds up impressively, and the handheld mode doesn't miss a beat when structures are collapsing in a glorious cloud of debris. Red Faction fans discovered that the developers included hidden Martian symbols in certain locations, hinting at secret lore within the Red Faction universe. It's an extra mystery tucked away in the chaos, adding a layer of intrigue for the observant player.
Don't you, Leah? It has begun.
Diablo 3 Eternal Collection. Now it's time for the ultimate dungeon crawling experience, which is packed with dark fantasy elements and an addictive gameplay loop that keeps you coming back for more. Set in the war-ravaged world of Sanctuary, you play as one of 7 unique classes, including Barbarian, Wizard, and Necromancer, tasked with taking down the forces of Hell. The story spans the rise of the primeval, Diablo himself, as he threatens to plunge the world into chaos. Along the way, you'll encounter lore-rich NPCs, uncovering ancient secrets and battling iconic foes, from Belial to the Angel of Death. It's a game where the line between good and evil is blurred, and every encounter feels like a step into the unknown. Gameplay in Diablo 3 is all about slaying demons, leveling up, and collecting legendary loot. Combat is swift, with each class offering a unique playstyle that keeps battles fresh. Whether you're summoning undead armies as a necromancer, or leaping into the fray as a barbarian, each encounter feels powerful and intense. The game's randomly generated dungeons ensure that no 2 playthroughs are the same, giving players an endless supply of monsters to slay and treasures to hoard. The difficulty can be cranked up for those looking for a challenge, with Nightmare and Torment modes adding brutal twists that push players to the limit. Multiplayer is a blast as well, with up to 4 players able to team up for local or online co-op, making the demon-slaying journey even more epic. Diablo 3 runs like a dream, with crisp performance and controls that feel surprisingly natural in handheld mode. The game's smooth frame rate and polished visuals make it a standout on the console, and the portability aspect is a huge win for fans who want to take their battles against Hell on the go. Did you know that Blizzard included a special Ganondorf armor set in the Switch version of Diablo 3? This exclusive armor lets you wield the power of the Triforce and adds a Zelda-inspired twist to the game, a perfect blend of 2 legendary franchises.
So that you may link the fire, cast away the dark, and undo the curse of the undead.
Dark Souls Remastered. Prepare to die. A lot. On the Nintendo Switch, the game brings the dark and unforgiving world of Lordran into your hands, challenging players with a brutal atmospheric journey through haunted catacombs, cursed forests, and fiery depths. You take on the role of the undead, a nameless warrior cursed to wander this decaying world. The story is cryptic and fragmented, forcing players to piece together lore through item descriptions, environmental clues, and cryptic NPC dialogues. The game doesn't hold your hand. Dark Souls expects you to dig deep, think critically, and connect the dots in a world that's as rewarding as it is punishing. Gameplay in Dark Souls is defined by its intricate combat mechanics and notoriously high difficulty. Each weapon has its own unique moveset, timing is crucial, and every battle feels like a deadly dance where one mistake can mean the end. The game's challenge is offset by the immense satisfaction of overcoming seemingly insurmountable odds, with each victory feeling hard-earned. From dodging a dragon's fiery breath to outsmarting a colossal knight, every moment is a test of skill, patience, and strategy. Bonfires serve as checkpoints, but resting at them also respawns enemies, adding a layer of risk and reward that's central to the experience. Exploration is key, and the game's interconnected world design means you'll uncover shortcuts, hidden areas, and secrets that make the world feel alive and immersive. Dark Souls. Remastered runs surprisingly well, with fluid combat and a stable frame rate that maintains the game's intensity. The visual quality may be slightly dialed back, but the haunting ambience and detailed world design remain intact. Portable Dark Souls is a dream come true for fans, letting you tackle the infamous bosses anywhere, anytime. In honor of the Switch release, players can encounter a rare Solaire of Astora amiibo Easter egg in the game, allowing them to perform the famous Praise the Sun gesture in true Nintendo style. It's a small nod to a fan-favorite character, reminding us that even in a world filled with darkness, there's still room for a little light. Assassin's Creed: The Rebel Collection. Imagine bringing together two of the most beloved entries in the Assassin's Creed franchise, Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag, and Assassin's Creed Rogue, in one swashbuckling package. Set in the golden age of piracy, Black Flag follows Edward Kenway, a charming yet ruthless pirate-turned-assassin who sails the Caribbean in search of riches, adventure, and a bit of redemption. In Rogue, you play as Shay Patrick Cormac, a former assassin who turns Templar, offering a rare glimpse into the other side of the Assassin-Templar conflict. Both stories are filled with intrigue, betrayal, and high-seas drama, capturing the essence of a world where alliances are fragile and loyalty is often as shifting as the tides. Black Flag introduces players to a seamless naval experience, allowing you to captain your own ship, the Jackdaw, and engage in epic sea battles with cannons blazing. Boarding enemy ships, upgrading your vessel, and taking on legendary ships are just a few highlights of the pirate's life. On land, you'll engage in classic Assassin's Creed gameplay, stealth kills, parkour, and hunting down key targets in vibrant towns and jungle islands. Rogue takes the formula a step further, adding icy Arctic waters and new gameplay elements that showcase the Templars' power and tactics. Both games are packed with side quests, collectibles, and hidden treasures that make exploration as rewarding as the main storyline. The Rebel Collection runs smoothly, with impressive visuals that bring the Caribbean's lush islands and azure waters to life. The game also utilizes the Switch's touchscreen for map navigation, which adds a layer of convenience and immersion. Whether docked or in handheld mode, the Rebel Collection performs admirably, letting you take your pirate escapades wherever you go. Black Flag includes Easter eggs hinting at the modern-day Assassin's Creed universe, including references to Desmond Miles and Abstergo Industries. It's Ubisoft's clever way of keeping the wider lore connected, even in a game filled with pirate adventures. Warframe. As a fierce space ninja, players unleash an arsenal of abilities, slicing and blasting through enemies across alien worlds at breakneck speed, where every mission offers an adrenaline-pumping rush. Set in a distant future where players embody the Tenno, ancient warriors who awaken to a universe at war, Warframe thrusts you into a world filled with factions, intergalactic lore, and endless missions. The story unfolds gradually, with each mission uncovering more about the Grineer, Corpus, and Infested, along with the mysterious powers of the Tenno. Warframe starts as a simple battle for survival, but quickly spirals into an intricate tale of loyalty, betrayal, and ancient secrets that span galaxies. Each Warframe, a suit of biomechanical armor, offers unique abilities, and there are dozens to choose from, ranging from stealthy assassins to heavy-hitting tanks and magical healers. The core gameplay loop involves completing missions to gather resources, upgrading gear, and unlocking new warframes. Combat is a mix of melee and gunplay, with parkour-style movement that lets you wall run, slide, and glide through levels in a way that makes every mission feel like a sci-fi ballet. Missions vary from stealth infiltration to all-out battles, and the multiplayer element allows for cooperative play, where teams of up to 4 can tackle missions together. Warframe is an impressive technical feat, maintaining a consistent frame rate and crisp visuals, even during intense action sequences. The portability factor is a major win here, letting you take on missions in quick bursts, which suits Warframe's style perfectly. Digital Extremes worked closely with Panic Button, the team behind several high-quality Switch ports, ensuring that Warframe delivers both in docked and handheld modes. Warframe includes several nods to sci-fi classics, with some Warframes and weapons inspired by characters from pop culture, such as Star Wars and The Matrix. The game's developers have even hinted that some of the inspirations came from Japanese mecha anime, giving the game a unique mix of influences.
I used to be one of them. My name is Lilith, and I need you.
Borderlands Legendary Collection. Be prepared to dive headfirst into chaos, as quirky characters, absurd weapons, and endless loot make every mission unpredictable, combining humor and action in a desert wasteland that's anything but ordinary. You will be stepping in the chaotic dystopian world of Pandora. The Borderlands games follow a group of vault hunters in search of legendary alien treasures. Each game in the collection brings its own flavor to the table. Borderlands introduces the wild world of Pandora. Borderlands 2 ups the stakes with an iconic villain in Handsome Jack, and the pre-sequel explores Jack's rise to power. The plot across the series is filled with dark humor, unexpected twists, and memorable characters that make it as entertaining as it is chaotic. The gameplay is all about gunplay and loot, with millions of weapon combinations, skill trees for each character class, and a massive variety of missions. Each character class brings unique abilities to the battlefield, making each playthrough feel distinct. Combat is frenetic, with waves of bizarre enemies, from mutant creatures to lunatic bandits, keeping you on your toes. The RPG mechanics allow you to level up and customize your characters with skill trees that suit different playstyles, whether you're going all in with heavy damage, focusing on elemental attacks, or providing support to your squad. Multiplayer co-op is a blast, especially with friends, and the humor-laden dialogue and over-the-top action make Borderlands a unique experience in the FPS genre. The Legendary Collection holds up well on the Switch, with a smooth frame rate and vibrant graphics that bring Pandora's unique, cel-shaded art style to life. The controls are intuitive, and the collection includes all the DLC, making it the ultimate Borderlands experience for Switch owners. Whether you're playing solo or with friends, the portability of the Switch makes it easy to jump into the mayhem anytime, anywhere. In Borderlands 2, Handsome Jack's diamond pony, Butt Stallion, was initially mentioned as a joke, but fan demand made the developers turn it into a real character. Butt Stallion even has its own unique in-game presence, becoming one of the franchise's most beloved mascots. XCOM 2 Collection. Now this one drops players into a world where Earth has fallen under alien rule, and the XCOM organization is now an underground resistance fighting to reclaim the planet. Set 20 years after the events of XCOM Enemy Unknown, the game begins with the shocking revelation that humanity lost the war against the aliens, who now maintain a disturbing facade of peace under authoritarian control. As the commander of XCOM, you're tasked with leading a squad of soldiers on high-stakes missions to disrupt the alien agenda and ignite a global resistance. The story unfolds through intense, narrative-driven missions and interactions with your team, who look to you as their last hope. Each mission puts you in control of a squad of soldiers, each with unique abilities and roles, from snipers to grenadiers. Every decision matters. Positioning, attack choices, and even when to retreat can determine the outcome of a mission. Adding to the challenge is the fog of war, where enemy positions are hidden until you encounter them, forcing you to adapt on the fly. The game's procedural generation system means that each mission is different, keeping players on their toes with fresh challenges. The campaign also involves base management, where you'll research new technologies, train soldiers, and manage resources to grow your resistance. The stakes are high, as each squad member has only one life. Losing a seasoned soldier can be a real blow. On the Switch, XCOM 2 Collection performs admirably, capturing the game's strategic intensity while making slight compromises on graphics to maintain a steady frame rate. The collection also includes DLC, adding new missions, characters, and enemies that further expand the experience. The portability allows you to command your team on the go, making it a perfect pick for strategy enthusiasts who want to dive into battle anytime. The XCOM team named one of the game's brutal enemy types, the chrysalid, after a species in a 1967 sci-fi novel by John Wyndham called The Chrysalids. It's a nod to the classic sci-fi influence that permeates XCOM's world.
Part of me wants to fight and repel all outsiders. The other part of me...
Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. I don't know about you guys, but this one still holds up in 2024. Last but not least, we have the game where you get to step into the boots of Connor Kenway, a half-English, half-Mohawk warrior caught in the American Revolution. This chapter in the Assassin's Creed series explores themes of freedom, loyalty, and the blurred lines between good and evil. Connor's journey is personal. He's driven by a quest for justice and vengeance, and he's willing to walk the thin line between the Assassins and Templars to achieve his goals. The story captures historical events like the Boston Tea Party and the Battle of Bunker Hill, with Connor often taking part in key moments of America's independence, adding a unique twist to the history books. The game introduces a new combat system that feels more dynamic, with Connor able to wield dual weapons, perform counterattacks, and take down multiple enemies with fluid movements. The open-world setting includes both urban environments and vast wildernesses, letting you climb trees, hunt animals, and explore forests in a way that brings a fresh perspective to the series. Naval missions are a highlight, where you command a ship and engage in thrilling sea battles, a feature that would later become central in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Side missions abound, including helping citizens, crafting, and gathering resources, making every corner of the map feel alive with activities. On the Switch, Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered captures the historical charm and action-packed gameplay of the original, with a surprisingly smooth performance. Visual enhancements make this version a treat, and the motion controls add a fun twist to aiming in combat. The freedom to switch between docked and handheld mode makes exploring revolutionary America a breeze. The team behind Assassin's Creed 3 worked with historians to ensure the accuracy of the time period. Connor's Mohawk dialogue was developed with the help of the Kanyenkeha language speakers, adding authenticity to his character and the game's cultural representation. And there you have it, the 18 best AAA games that have found a cozy home on the Nintendo Switch. From wielding legendary weapons and solving mysteries to facing down terrifying foes, these games have shown just how versatile and powerful this little console can be. Whether you're adventuring as the hero of Hyrule, a pirate in the Caribbean, or a futuristic warrior, the Switch makes it easy to jump into these immersive worlds anytime, anywhere. So, what are you waiting for? Get into these titles and experience gaming greatness in the palm of your hand. And don't forget, there's always more to explore, more foes to defeat, and more mysteries to unravel. Until next time, happy gaming, and may your adventures be legendary. If you enjoyed this journey through the best AAA games on the Nintendo Switch, don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment below on your favorite game from the list, and hit subscribe to join us for more epic gaming explorations. Plus, ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and keep gaming strong.
Where's our money?
Do you have my bag?
Always, Dutch.